Can you explain, a little bit more about bridging the silo? One of the things I thought was intriguing in the guide was this notion of a workforce business partner.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
give us an overview?
And we're having great impact with those folks now inside some of our clients. And it's so the way we thought about that term and the way we got to that position, the best analogy I can use, I like using analogies, is if you think about in the world of construction, home building, office, whatever, think of the role of the quantity surveyor. So quantity surveyor can look at a blueprint of the house, a drawing, and they'll work out how many bags of cement you need, how many bricks, how much timber, what size, nails, screws, everything. Also, they can do that from a volume perspective. They'll tell you how much that should cost. They'll tell you what order to do things in. Build this first, then bring the electrician in, then the plumber. All of that is laid out. And on the bottom right-hand corner, you have a number of how much it's going to cost and how long it should take. And then you cross fingers. That's a quantity space. So if you think about that same goal, but in the workplace, inside an enterprise, the workforce business partner's job is to sit down with the head of, so let's say the CFO, and say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. CFO, what are the big projects you're going to get done in the next 12 months? Let's break them down into their tasks by deconstruction and then understand what is the best way to get each one of those tasks done and be their advisor of the workforce as opposed to just talent. So that might be an automation approach first to say, okay, now we've got this massive piece of work that you're trying to do. You might be trying to, link some system to an ERP or something. Let's break that down. What do we need? What can be automated? What do we think we should use contractors for? Where we might be able to use some freelancers? Where should we bundle it up, put a price label on it and bid it out to the market and get it off your books and let somebody else get paid on outcome? Or if you can't do any of those, we better go and hire some people. Right? I'm not saying it has to be in that order, but that is the job of a workforce business partner, to have that be the strategic, trusted advisor that's sitting next to those leaders and helping them understand the best way to get work done. And it's weird that the industry, we haven't really had those people in the past. Those individuals don't really exist inside companies. And I think a lot of that it's been caused by the fact that HR sort of own perm recruitment, if you want to call it that, and procurement typically have owned contingent in the past, and never the twain shall meet. So for
I think whatever's
workforce business
breaking,
plan to be successful, you've got to break down those barriers and have a holistic approach.
I think those barriers are starting to come down from what we're
They are,
seeing
oh yeah, without
in
a doubt,
events and with customers
without a
and
doubt.
job postings. That's really great to see.
Yeah,
Who's likely to succeed in that role then? If it hasn't been, is it a business partner? Is it a TA? Is it a workforce
yeah.
person?
So there's been different ways of skinning the cat, but we've taken in turn for our people that we put inside our clients. They are typically, their background is they've worked in contingent and they've worked in RPO or perm or TA of some form and staffing or whatever, and then have a very, very inquisitive mind, have a lot of business presence, influencing skills, and a true passion for helping organizations be more effective and more efficient. And there's not a ton of these because it is a relatively new role. And then, they might come out of HR. Some people that, had a senior role as an HR business partner to go up, as we think, go up to the next level to become that workforce business partner.
Sure.
And the structure should be the same as we think about when HR was, you got your center of excellence, you've got your comp and ben, you've got TA. This is taking it to that level of saying, okay, who really has visibility across our entire workforce, understands the best way to get work done, and has experience when they've seen it in the external world of different examples where companies have come at it differently. And the challenge then becomes, okay, once that influencing piece of it is that then means a massive change management. So the
Yeah.
biggest blocker to any of this, or the biggest challenge with any of this is actually getting people to think differently. And we as an industry have been really bad, and our enterprise has been bad at forcing hiring managers. The first decision they have to make is, oh, is this a perm or a contractor? Or am I going to outsource it?
Yeah.
That at the start of the conversation shouldn't be at the start of the conversation. It should be at the end of it. Well, but what should I look at? Well, let's find out. Let's break the thing down and then find the best solution rather than leading with that siloed approach of, well, I can't hire anybody because I've got a headcount freeze, so I'll go and get some contractors. And now they've reached the tenure, so I'll go and put it under services.
Yes, exactly. We're starting to see in RFPs actually requests for decision wizards and flipping the script on that so that it's asking questions. What's the work? What do you need? What are the skills?
Yep.
What's the duration? Are these qualifiers there? And then route them through a workflow to the correct category versus asking someone who's got a million things to do to think about classification before they even start anything. So I think that's good.